September 23, 2017 1009 East Gujarat has around 3,000 licensees for allopathic drug manufacturing, apart from around 7 homeopathic licensees, 500 Ayurvedic and 600,700 cosmetics licensees. The goods and services tax (GST) has proven to be a boon for the pharmaceutical industry in Gujarat, with a renewed interest among pharma companies to set up units here as the hilly state's tax havens lose attractiveness. As per the local Food and Drug Control Administration (FDCA), they are handling 3,040 applications every week for brownfield and greenfield units since GST has been implemented, as against 1,012 per week earlier. H.G. Koshir, Commissioner, Gujarat FDCA, informed that data collected for the period between June 13 and September 12 shows that around 56 fresh proposals to set up pharmaceutical manufacturing units have come in during this period. This apart, another 100,120 proposals have come in for expansion at existing units, a brownfield expansion. These are mainly small and medium-sized units, and the total investment is estimated to be around 600,650 crore rupees, 66.5 billion rupees. Gujarat contributes to around 33% of the national pharmaceutical production, and this share is expected to move up to 40% by 2020, feels the Indian Drug Manufacturers Association (IDMA). GST was implemented from July 1. This has largely reduced the attractiveness of setting up industries in tax havens of hilly states. While the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has given approval to the scheme of providing budgetary support under the GST regime for the eligible industrial units locations in Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and northeastern states, including Sikkim till 2027, the same applies to the existing units and involves a refund mechanism. The support of 27,413 crore rupees, 274.13 billion rupees will be available for the residual period 10 years from date of the commercial production in these states, and would be restricted to the central share of the cash component of CGST and IGST paid by the affected eligible industrial units. It is estimated that a total number of 4,284 units located in these tax havens will benefit from the scheme. However, when it comes to fresh investments in greenfield units, these states thus lose out on the competitive advantage vis-a-vis the established pharma manufacturing hubs like Gujarat and Maharashtra. Varanshi Shah, Chairman, IDMA Gujarat State Board, explained that under the current tax structure contract, manufacturing units 4,045% of the domestic pharma production comes from contract manufacturing will benefit. Let's assume one has an input cost of 100 rupees. This includes packing material, bulk drugs, capsules etc., which are taxed at different rates. He will roughly pay a tax of 18%, or 18 rupees on the inputs. The manufacturer then value adds on the input, and let us assume this amount is around 50 rupees, then the final product is priced at 150 rupees. At 12% rate, tax on this also comes at around 18 rupees. Now, this manufacturer is also claiming input tax credit on the tax paid on input purchases. This reduces his overall tax burden significantly. Input tax credit basically means that at the time of paying tax on output, one can reduce the tax one has already paid on inputs. Shah feels that in the contract manufacturing space, value addition, a markup is hardly ever over 50%. There are not many products where you can value add more than 50% of your input cost. On an average, 3,040% value addition is done, he said. Considering the existing hubs like Gujarat and Maharashtra have the skilled manpower, and in an uniform tax regime, these hubs would become more popular among pharma companies, especially contract manufacturers. The industrial town of Badi in Himachal Pradesh had attracted several pharmaceutical units after the subsidy scheme was announced in 2003. According to market estimates, around 360 pharma units had set up shop in the state, attracted by the tax incentives. At least 5,060 small, mid-sized and big pharma from Gujarat had moved to Himachal, Uttarakhand and Sikkim to avail the incentives during the period that included Alembic Pharma, Torrent Pharma, among others. Interestingly, Maharashtra has not seen a similar surge in applications like Gujarat. A senior official in the Maharashtra Food and Drug Administration said that things have not seen any increased momentum since GST implementation. We are hopeful that pharmaceutical industry will shift its manufacturing base to Maharashtra after implementation of the GST, but we are yet to receive fresh proposals, said a senior FDA official from the state. Shah felt that this might be because a lot of Maharashtra-based companies and even new ones prefer to set up units in parts of Gujarat that border Maharashtra like Vapi, Valsad, Ankleshwar, etc., as the land costs are relatively lower, and also these areas are close to existing bulk drug hubs of Bharuch and Ankleshwar. This might be the reason behind Gujarat witnessing a surge in applications while Maharashtra has not experienced any spurt, he said. Gujarat is also planning to set up a pharmaceutical park in its flagship industrial hub Sanand, about 30-odd km from Ahmedabad under the cluster development program of the centre. Already around 50 hectares of land has been identified. As such, Gujarat has around 3,000 licensees for allopathic drug manufacturing, apart from around 7 homeopathic licensees, 500 Ayurvedic and 600,700 cosmetics licensees, Koshir informed. This, however, does not represent the number of units, as one unit at times has multiple licenses for different categories of products. Overall, there are around 1,200 drug manufacturing units in Gujarat. In contrast, Maharashtra has around 890 pharmaceutical manufacturing units. Gujarat has the maximum number of WHO GMP certified manufacturers in the country at 280. Maharashtra is close behind at 222. Photograph Reuters.